Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. Today's video is a comic review of DC versus Vampires. This is published by DC Comics, written by Matthew Rosenberg and James Tynion IV, with art by Otto Schmidt. Now, this is one of those books that DC's been doing a lot of this, mixing the DC heroes with horror stuff. In the vein of kind of like Deceased from Tom Taylor. So in this one, the Justice League has long protected the Earth from all manner of foreign alien invaders, always keeping a vigilant eye in the skies for the next threat. But what if the threat was already walking the Earth, hiding in plain sight, watching, waiting for their moment to strike? So this one is a very interesting book. First of all, I do want to say Otto Schmidt right here on art is doing amazing work. Yeah, it's really cool. We meet, I believe the vampire's name is Andrew, who's here covered in who you see here covered in, because he's a vampire walking around the sunlight. If you read I Vampire from back in the New 52, you recognize the character, which is kind of nice to see that character come back. We also had other characters come back this week in other books. But as far as this one, yeah, like I was mentioning, like Otto Schmidt is doing just some next level work, I believe. Like this is so good. Like if anything, like the story is really good, but if I had one thing to say, just like from this comic, the art is beautiful. It's beautiful, and I'm pretty sure all the contributors would agree. But luckily for me, the story is also really good. So everything just kind of firing on all cylinders for this issue. We, like I said, we, like the description said, Andrew's turn one, the Justice League. There's a new threat coming, which that threat is vampires. There's always been a I guess in the story we learned that there's always been one kind of head vampire that has kept all other vampires at bay from attacking humans. We learned that vampire is no longer around, and now the vampires, they've gone after humans, and they've started with some villains. It's really interesting. It's really cool. I really love the premise. I don't want to get too much into the story because I don't want to spoil anything. So let's just talk about the art some more instead. In a book like this, I love that because these are kind of alternate takes that anything can happen. You can pretty much, the writers here, in this case, Rosenberg and Tynion the fourth, they could pretty much pick from anyone, right? Anyone that they really feel like. So here we have Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and Zan from the Wonder Twins. So it's really cool to see them back in the Hall of Justice. And then here we see the story of like Andrew telling everyone kind of what happened. I love the coloring changes here. Everything, all the memories are in this big, bright, dark red. Like, well, I guess it can be bright, and it's just this big red tint. Here we see the Legion of Doom, and we see all these villains that have been killed. We don't know what's going on. It's just a lot of fun. This is probably the best book I've read this week, and we've had a lot of good stuff. If you watched my other reviews, you know that there's been a lot of great books. So yes, 100%, I recommend you pick this up. It's a 6-issue miniseries. Like I said, Rosenberg and Tynion just really killing it. But this book, to me, it just made whole by the work that Otto Schmidt is doing on art. So I very much enjoyed this. But let me know what you thought of this book if you read it. Let me know what other twist you would like to see in DC, like, maybe, I don't know, werewolves or ghost hunters or something like that. I don't know. I think DC lends itself a lot to some really cool stories like these. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. We do live streams for different type of stuff, movie reviews, all that kind of stuff. Trailer reactions. We recently put out a Cowboy Bebop trailer reaction. We finally got to see some of that, like a real trailer. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.